Dublin Fire Brigade was called to the scene shortly after 5 o'clock this morning. They found the building, one of two Department of Education buildings at Marlborough Street, completely ablaze.
Oh, the building is totally, the four walls are standing, but the entire building is gutted.
The alarm was raised by the local Gardaí on foot patrol. As you can see, it's going well gone.
We have no idea as to the source of the fire. That will come with investigations. That will come with investigations. It's a very dangerous part of the fight. If you look through the bottom window there, you'll see the debris is starting to build up. So our job now is just to drench this now and contain it.
We have no idea where the fire started, but it ran through the building. At the moment now, the floors are coming down in it, so we have it surrounded. We've 8 pumps in attendance, 2 turntable ladders. No, the building was unoccupied. And to our knowledge, there was no one in it. As I said, some of the floors and staircases are coming down now. Some of the floors and the staircases are collapsing. RTE and the radio stations have got hold of it. So the mobilisation officer has asked me just to give him a brief synopsis of what's happening.
The building is actually very dangerous now at this stage. It's very easy for it to collapse. The supports of the floors are gone.
It's exceedingly hot now. The roof collapsed in a couple of places. The gas cylinder is just gone. And it's hot in there. If a building is irrevocably lost, and you know it's lost, you'll do your best to save the premises either side of it. That's what our job's about. We don't roll up, yoo-hoo, big fire, let's gallop in and I'll get burnt. No. That's not it at all. I mean, this is not London's Born. This is not Backdraft. This is real.
At the moment now, Niamh is up there on the top of the ladder, so she's getting loads of smoke. But it's good, you get a good overview of the fire, you can see exactly what's going on, and she's up there putting water on it. She's getting moved around by the pump. The appliance driver, he can shift her to wherever he wants her to go, you know. When it goes up to the full 100 feet and you're over a fire, you feel the heat coming up the tree, you know. But as I say, the heat's gone out of that now. I think you could feel the heat earlier on, alright.
Actually, this is a fine building, and it's a shame to see it burnt to this stage. You have timber piled up, possibly 4 or 5 foot high there, and still smouldering. We'll have to get in and take that out bit by bit. One of the main dangers of a building like this at this stage is that a lot of water has lodged above. This is the water actually that we've put on the building and it's still working its way down. A few of the lads are going across the road now at this point. They're over the Father Pat across the road and they're getting a cup of tea to replenish those fluids.
Well, so far I can't complain. I've been stuck here all the time since I arrived here at 5:20 this morning. I'm still here, but we're going to have a nice cup of tea now at the Pro Cathedral. Father Pat, fair play, went in and organised tea for us all.
Morning.
Hey, was you well?
Gary?
Nice, super.
Are you happy?
Oh, I suppose it was whipping it up there.
Build a ladder?
Fresh tea there.
Thanks very much. Nothing like a good cup of tea after a fire, what?
Not at all. How are you?
You're like a mother hen to us.
How are you?
Underrunning the hose, you have to do it because you can't roll the hose up if there's any water in it. So you have to underrun it and run all the water out of it. So it'll be nice and flat and you can roll it up nice and easy. Frank! Pull the end of that, will you?
Yeah. So whoever comes can take it.
Well, there's 5 lengths going around the back anyway, so...
Yes, that's yours, that's okay.
You're right, you have it all there. There's a bit of a knack to this. If you get it wrong at the start, it ends up like a big bowl of spaghetti. Bit of practice, and it goes fine.
And I'm a bit depressed because Dublin was beaten yesterday by Kildare. Tom! There you are now, there you are now, there you are now, there you are. Tom, you look very smart this morning.
Thanks very much, as always, I do my best, you know.
This is the calm before the storm. We're only starting out now.
We've done one case already, and this chap was he's a habitual drug user, he was. And as a matter of fact, he was hepatitis C positive. Now we are not actually immune to that. We've gotten inoculations
For A and B, hasn't it?
for A, hepatitis A and hepatitis B, but we haven't got the one for C, and that's the one he had tonight, so we've had to be careful.
All the lads going to have a shower now, freshen themselves up, maybe have a cup of tea.
We got a better in there. Yeah, an escalator. Our pulse goes up. Yeah.
You see that stroke, look? There's not a bit missed, look. See, look, that's perfect, look.
He just chains himself to the radiator, he does, in the winter. We can't get him to move at all from radiators in the winter.
I remember the first time, it was only a few months in the job, it was in Tara Street. And I had to do what I'm doing now, mopping the engine room out in Tara Street. And I came along at that time, and I stood on a mop like that, on a shower, squeezed it out. And an old district officer, Larry Gutton, he's dead now, he nearly charged me for standing on the mop. And he called me over, he said, I'm going to show you how to wring out a mop, he says. And he got his hands like that into the bucket. And that's how I learned it. That's how I learned it. Yeah. He nearly charged me, it was only a few months in the job. That was before these lads, before they ever came. They didn't know what the fire brigade was.
Oh, Liam is fire engine mad. He's absolutely fire engine. He loves the fire brigade. He really does. He eats, sleeps and drinks fire brigade.
Yeah, I watched the engines yesterday. And my job now is on the gate today. And I'm going to be in there mopping up. I'm going up now for maybe a cup of tea.
There's the fireman's prayer.
When I am called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage, give me the strength to save some life, whatever be its age. I want to fill my calling and give the best in me, to guard my every neighbour and protect his property. And if according to my fate I am to lose my life, please bless with your protecting hand my children and my wife. Ah yeah, it's very sad.
That deserves a round of applause, I think.
That's the fireman's prayer.
Being in the fire brigade, it is like a second family to a certain degree, because of the fact you're here 15 hours at night, and you tend to talk a lot more about what's going on in your own life with the fellas you work with, rather than if you were just seeing them for 4 or 5 hours during the day and you're constantly working. Whereas if you have time to sit around and chat in the fire station, you can, if you have any problems, I mean, there are a few agony aunts in the place who will listen to you, you know, and gladly take on board what you have to say.
A masterpiece, isn't it? What? He says we're going inside to take off our boots and go in our stocking feet so we don't dirty his floor. That's Liam.
Okay, I have that, thank you. Well, what they said was that's a lady lying on the ground on the floor inside the house.
Down to 3/4 to 10, it's over.
Fran, cancel 4-2. Now,
This is my neighbour, right? My niece was going out, and next of all, her hand was banging at the window. She had fallen between the bed there and the window.
Yeah. Did you hurt yourself when you fell?
I just slipped off the chair.
Do you want to come up as far as Beaumont Hospital?
No.
We got full power in your hands and...
Yeah, well, squeeze me hand there, Mrs. Yeah. Ah, that's grand, Jays, yeah, that's grand. Yeah, sure you don't want to come down with us now? Because there's
I do.
There's no problem to us to bring you up. Well, will you keep an eye on her? If there's any problem at all, just call us out.
She doesn't want to go. Oh, no.
Well, the best thing to go in and have a cup of tea, right, for yourself, and just relax.
You're grand, you've got to be grand, okay?
Right, we'll go after.
You get hardened in this job to a lot of people's pain, because you're dealing with it all the time. But I won't forget my first incident when the bombs went off. And the thing that I remember most about is going over Buck Bridge and the second bomb went off and the plume of smoke went up and Liberty Hall shook. I still remember the window shaking in Liberty Hall. Of course we were going towards the incident and I felt like going the other way. You know? But once you arrive you just have to do what you're paid for, and that's it.
Fire can be very scary, very, very scary. But you'll find as the years go by that the longer you're in the job, you seem to get this kind of sixth sense about fires, and you begin to treat them with a lot of respect. You know.
I was actually out on the ambulance when before the calls came in for the Stardust, and we were passing by, and we seen the smoke. We thought it was the timber yard, and we carried on with our own case until the calls started to come in. And as we arrived at the hospital, the first casualties started to arrive in taxis. The taxis that were at the Stardust at the moment took the first of the casualties. And of course, when the staff seen these people coming in with the black faces and injured and so on, they knew they were going to be in for a busy night. Which it was, of course, and it was a tragic night too. 48 people killed. We actually took one couple out of Stardust, and they were clung to each other and melted. You know what I'm saying? They were dead and clung to each other. And when you're moving them out, you have to move them out of the building, and the smell just sticks with you forever, you know. It's a terrible thing.
You see everything, every different way people live, the way people die. I had everything possible that a person could die from, between shooting, stabbings, under trains, under buses, electrocutors, hangings, everything. Yeah. And I'm still here.